Hello to the masses. You got Frankenfoot here, and I was somehow able to crank out a 6-star Town Hall 10 war. Um, I know how it was. It's because his bases were easily designed for GoBoWitch. Anyway, let's take a look, and I'll break down what I was thinking when I did this. Wait a minute. Somebody who has passed me. Ah, Akbar. Admiral Akbar. You sly dog, you've passed me in trophies. Oh, man. I was the top dog Town Hall 10 for a while, but Admiral's passed me again. Okay. War log, details, teacher. So this was a good war for us. We nailed all their top three. Now, this was a Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 10, but this was my attack here. Let's watch it, and then I'll break down what I was thinking. So you see this base. This is kind of an interesting base. He's got all his air defenses and whatnot concentrated in the middle. He's got both his infernos on single, which is very nice if you're trying to crank out a GoBoWitch. And of course, there's giants popping out of the freaking builders' huts now. That's just, yeah, I didn't take that into account while I was planning my pathing of troops. But hopefully that will go away soon and life will be normal again for a little bit. But anyway, so you can see minions over here starting a funnel. Try to get a baby dragon to establish a funnel over here, but he didn't get quite as far as I wanted. And so you see witches and a line of bowlers come down over here. Another set of witches and a line of bowlers come down here. When the inferno targets are on single, I do like to send witches into the center of the base. Plus, all the splash damage is concentrated on the outside of the base here, so it makes sense to send the witches in. Now, unfortunately, all my bowlers decided to walk around the edge of the base, which was fascinating, if nothing else. I've never seen that many bowlers move in unison like that. Normally, I'm not overly worried about that at Town Hall 10 because you have so many, but sure as heck happened here. But anyway, you've got a couple witches producing skeletons on the edge, and a golem running around the edge. And you've got the heroes and skeletons in the middle, just doing total distraction on those inferno towers. Queen's working on the clan castle troops, and you just got to hope you can get enough of a push to get through the base. And in this instance, we did. Not a max Town Hall 10 by any means, but not a brand new one either. They had infernos. They're both set to single. They're on the second stage of all their defenses in Town Hall 10, so they're not quite on their final. This is not your final form for all you Dragon Ball Z fans, I guess. But yeah, it got kind of close. Look, I was afraid it might be a time fail, but at this point we've got one wizard tower left, and I completely missed the freeze. I see a cluster of buildings, instinctively go for it, but the one thing I needed to do was keep that stupid wizard tower from blasting all the skeletons, and I completely wasted the freeze on that. But now that that's gone, I've got a bunch of bowlers and witches producing a load of skeletons, and that one cannon is just not going to be able to keep up with all those skeletons. And it got down to the wire time-wise, but yeah, got it to work out. So I'll tell you guys what I was thinking, and then I'll tell you what didn't work well in this attack, and then we'll look at the next one, which was on a much younger Town Hall 10. So the first thing I immediately noticed is I've got all this space here to try to establish a funnel. This wizard tower is the only thing over here that can hurt air. So I'm going to drop 5 minions over here, and they're going to start clearing all this stuff. Because the problem is with these many buildings on the side, there's a high chance bowlers and other things are going to walk. And they did end up doing that anyway, which is unfortunate. And then on this side, there's an archer tower here. So what I was hoping to do was drop a baby dragon here, right on that builder's hut, and he'd take that out, and then he'd move over and take out that army camp. But I neglected to realize that there's a giant in there right now. If you guys in the future remember this event, that giant's going to pop out and the baby dragon's going to follow him, and it completely ruined the pathing. So I was hoping the baby dragon would take out this one, then take out this one, and then maybe move and start taking around some stuff here. And I wanted him to move out of range of that first archer tower at least, or the second archer tower at least, but didn't quite work out. Then when things get established, we're going to drop a golem over here, start tanking for these buildings. And then a golem over here, have them start tanking for the wizard tower, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop my first line of 4 witches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 boulders behind her, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see I've got 10 boulders in the army camp. So half my boulders over here, not including what's in the clan castle. And then eventually the skeletons will wander in range of that queen. But you see where my limit is. I can't drop any witches over here unless something is tanking for the queen. And I don't want the queen to go after the golems because she's got a lot of damage per second. And I can't drop a witch in range of the queen because the queen will immediately lock on to the witch no matter what is going on with the skeletons. So the witches have to be dropped out of range of the queen. And then once the skeletons start bombarding her, then we can start working on her. But I just don't want I don't want anything with a lot of health to go after the queen. I thought about dropping the king and doing a suicide king, but might as well see if I can get her distracted before I do that so I don't lose my king. But, so once I drop the witches and the bowlers, hopefully enough buildings will be down here. Things will want to move in this direction toward the center of the base. And with all these buildings going, eventually I'm going to drop witches and bowlers over here and a jump spell to get them in here. Perhaps what I should have done was drop 2 jumps very quickly. Because I was thinking things were going to move into the base and try to take things out. But they decided to, instead, a lot of bowlers decided to walk and go after these buildings over here, which was unfortunate. But wall breakers aren't going to buy you much here because you're just going to break into one of these walls and just get a few buildings. But what you really want to do is get your witches and some bowlers and your queen or whatever into the core because you have access to both infernos and you can pretty much clip every other defense that's surrounded by walls in this entire base if you just get into the core here. I'm coming on the side opposite the clan castle, and that's intentional just because I want my kill squad and queen and king to get to the clan castle rather than witches or other thing like that. I don't want to pull the clan castle too early. And then after that, we're going to have a jump to get us into this compartment here and another jump to get us into the main compartment. And then we no longer need any jumps because we have access to everything. Everything is within is no more than 2 tiles away from the core here. So the queen will be able to get everything and the bowlers will be able to get a lot of stuff on skips. And then it's as simple as that. So as a fresh hit, I didn't know what was in the clan castle. I expected a dragon, I think, based off the other attacks I've seen. But now that that's done, we'll watch it. So you see the minions coming down over here. And they've got a lot of area they can play with. And the baby dragon came down over here and then started chasing that frickin' giant, ruining everything that I had planned. Because now he's going after that storage and he's not going to take it out. You silly baby dragon. Oh, he's going to take it out. Well, God bless him. But I wanted you to take that out, sir. Okay. So, minions are doing a good job, except there's going to be a giant pop out of that. Poop! And he's going to chase him right into the queen. Anyway. But, yeah, so here come the witches with the bowlers behind them. And I dropped the golem on that archer tower. Huh. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing to consider. He's got a lot of defensive buildings out over here, so this golem's not going to go on the base. He's going to follow this line around here. Might happen over here, but it's a lot further away. But at any rate, I'm not relying on the witches. I'm not relying on the golems to go into the core. In fact, I want them to stay away because you've got these single targeting infernos. I'd rather witches do all the tanking in the core, and the golems sort of skirt around the outside where all the splash damage is. So, here come the witches. You see them just completely overwhelm that queen with the king, saving a lot of the king's health. And here's where things got funny. I think I should have just had that jump spell down sooner. Because as soon as that archer tower fell, the witches start gravitating toward that cannon. And yeah, that's where it all went wrong. I had enough firepower going in the core to get it done. But just barely. So first reg come down to get them through this first inferno tower. But yeah, those skeletons just do great tanking for single shot infernos. Don't let your heroes get in range of it or you'll be in bad shape. But look at all those skeletons. Look at them all. Look at them all. They're just running around like little skeleton psychopaths. And the single shot Inferno just can't handle that. So multi's the way to go. Multi's definitely the way to go. Double poison down takes care of that dragon. Eventually the queen does fall to all these point defenses, but I've got such a massive chunk of an army running around the edge of the base. It's just they're just going to be overwhelming. Even though I've got a bomb tower and a wizard tower for these witches to contend with, they were able to just pump enough through to keep them moving. And the queen did a great job taking a lot of stuff out. That one cannon is the only thing that remained. But yeah, so that worked out very, very well. Well, actually, it didn't work out well at all, but it still got the job done. Things did not path the way I intended, but still got the 3-star. All right, so now we'll take a look at the second one quickly. Here we go. All right, so this is a lower level base. A lot of his stuff is still Town Hall 9 level, but he does have Infernos. He does have one upgraded to level 2, and they both are on single. So you see baby dragons coming out and establishing a funnel so darn far away, and one archer tower is not going to do much damage on them. And so once they've established that funnel, you got a line of witches over here, line of witches over here. Golem out first to help tank for something. I can't remember what. And I did elect to bring 2 jump spells here. I thought maybe I could get them into this core with just one, but I figured to play it safe and bring it 2. You get a dragon, baby dragon combo coming out of the clan castle. In a rage to get things through there. Another jump to get them into the core. I gave them the option of going into that town hall if they wanted. But anyway, another rage spell right there in the middle. And they just knocked through that Tesla farm. A freeze on the back end Inferno. Oh, they get it down solo, but they didn't quite finish it. But poof, one more chucking of the rocks and they get it done. And now you've got heroes at high health, and you've got skeletons in the core all over the place. If they can just get through that bomb tower and that wizard tower, it is game freaking over for this base. Woo! And now the archer tower falls, and I've still even got the queen ability. So, not a high-level base by any stretch of the imagination, but, a base design that really allowed for this army composition to just wipe the floor with it. So we'll fast forward through the cleanup. Watch the giant pop out. Oh, you don't have to kill the giant to end the raid. Not that anybody cared. Okay, so what on earth am I thinking here? So first we need to establish a funnel. Gotta wipe out some of these buildings to kill the ring. If you don't kill the ring, troops got a high chance of going on the edges like that. So in this instance, baby dragons will work well. You'll have one archer tower focused on him. I've got level 4 baby dragons. I've got max Town Hall 10 baby dragons, because that's what I raid with. So they can last quite a long while. So I'm going to drop one over here, probably on this gold storage, and he'll knock that out, and he'll move, and he'll take a lot of these buildings out. And then the funnel's established on this side, and I'll probably do the same thing over here somewhere. I'll have to see exactly where I did that, and establish the funnel on this side. And then once that's done, it's easy peasy. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 witches here. They're going to be outside of range, and if anything that can hurt the witches, so you might as well let them start producing skeletons quickly so they can actually tank some of these point defenses for the golem for a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So skeletons are going to come out, and with these buildings gone, everything's going to sort of move in and follow the ring in this direction. And then once they've knocked enough of these exterior buildings out, you see where the clan castle is. I'm going to drop the heroes. Well, actually, sorry, after the witches come 5 bowlers behind them, and just trying to get everything to move into the core. Invariably, some of them will walk around the edge, and that ultimately benefits you. But main goal is to get them into the core. And then one jump spell to get them in here. I thought maybe I could bridge this entire gap with just one jump spell, but I decided that was too risky. And I didn't want to waste any more camp space on wall breakers, because I'm bringing 2 baby dragons, and that means I'd have to bring even fewer bowlers in order to do that. So I figured I would just have one jump spell to get them through here, and then a second jump spell pretty darn quick to get them through here. Now I'm banking on the fact that bowlers are going to come in and we're just going to come in. They're going to start knocking out these buildings on the side here. They have to be going for things to move into the core. And so it's really just a matter of timing in order to get it right. But even, let me start over. Things have to come into this ring, right? You can see he's got his Teslas stuck up there. If you ever see a shape like that, you know for sure there's Teslas there. He's got his Tesla there. He's got the the town hall, and then another inferno there. So, kind of nice if you can get troops to go into the core, because the king can help and take care of the town hall really quick. It's got a lot of hit points, so it takes a while. And then bowlers can chuck rocks, and skips will get that inferno, and they can directly target that inferno. So it'd be nice if things could move into here, because they've got more of a straight path toward that inferno, rather than having to walk around. But reality is, either way, it will probably work out for you. And you've got the queen over here, which is going to start drawing troops to that inferno tower. So I actually like that arrangement, just because it gets more attention on that inferno rather quickly. In terms of rage spells, we're going to have a rage just to greet the bowlers as they move in here. Probably another rage when they get into the core and it's time to really start wiping stuff out. And one free spell that I'm saving for that inferno tower. Probably should have saved it for when I locked onto here, but I don't think I had the patience to do that. Anyway, and 2 poison spells for the clan castle that's going to get drawed once I drop the heroes over here. Ooh, could have put an archer just right there or something if I was smart, but I'm not smart. Okay, so here come the baby dragons. They're doing a great job of just clearing buildings and destroying funnels and making things wonderful. So you see the witches coming behind them, Everything's starting to move into the core, or the center of the base, rather. So down goes the jump. Down goes the king and queen. I wish that was already down. But they're going to move into the core of the base. And you see the bowlers have worked on the edge here. So they're sort of killing the ring on this side. So now nothing's going to draw the troops to go to the left or the right. They're going to jump into here. And once they're in this little inner ring here, they can take out virtually every defense. Not virtually. Oh, okay. Almost every single defense in the entire base, just by virtue of being in there. And so double poison spell to greet the clan castle troops. Rage spell to get the bowlers knocking out that stuff initially. Another jump spell to get them into the core. You see some bowlers do run into the core, and when you rage them, the chaos just unfolds rather quickly. Wish I got one more rock skip on that inferno to take it down. But they'd come back and take it down soon enough anyway. And that's it. Core of the base is gutted. We got golems up tanking the splash damage. We got skeletons up tanking the point defenses. And we've got the king and queen just laying waste to all that they survey. So, good. If you ever see a shape like that, this is a good army composition to use. It helps a lot that the base was weak, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, overall, it was a very successful attack, and things really worked out the way I intended for once. But anyway, that's all Frankie's got, and we'll talk to you guys some other time in the future.